NetMoverSitan. And as you can see, the coast is near now. Soon I shall be close enough for the underwater base to begin construction. Right now, I have a new mining site to dig down to. And already I have a spider and a skeleton to deal with. Pretty mild compared to what I dealt with before. Although I will need to complete the protective stone shaft. By digging around here. Yeah. I know that 4 will not be enough. Well, it's enough for containing that, but not enough to complete it. And yet, I never thought it'd be short of protective stone. Protective? I meant decorative stone, but I am short of it. I know there's some scattered around, and I might think about moving it around at some point. In fact, it's possible that I might complete the initial tunnel going down underwater. By next week. Yeah, I know I'm pushing it. But at least I'm getting somewhere. Because let's see. Taking a small break before Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment. Apparently it's a prequel campaign. Set before Shovel of Hope. Ah yes, of course. And now to light it up, because I do not want monsters spawning inside here as I'm going up. Much better. Just need to complete this, and then I can dig down. and hopefully find something I can... well, something that can give me experience. As my diamond shovel is close to breaking, I need a fresh one. And I prefer to enchant them, because it makes them better. Who else wants to hammer it down until they're screaming in agony? Oh, sorry. What did I just say? Oh, yes. I might do a side-by-side comparison, more or less. Well, something to compare two versions of what some might be. Yeah, my ability to speak English is as consistent as ever. Consistently poor. Yeah. I've noticed that I've got Abe's Odyssey and New and Tasty in my Steam library. I might alternate between one and the other. A sort of side-by-side comparison. See how similar, and indeed different, they are. Ah, decorative stone. I need that, as I'm short of that for the walkway. What do you think? Should I do that? Well, I plan to do it at some point. But I might do it after, let's see, one or two challenge modes of Super Hot, Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment, and ooh, something else with a bit more action in it. And by action, I mean lots of shooting and explosions. Not all of them are pointless. Think more Doom than that series, which is nothing more than a brand name for the marketing department to sell. In fact, I could describe it as the Porsche 911 of games. Where the one thing that's changed quite a bit is the amount you can pay for it. Because DLC is not something that was there from the start. It's a comparatively more recent development. They seem to have made small modifications, but in the end it's just the same game. Possibly inspired by Michael Bay movies. And they do not impress me. I prefer something a bit more, how can I put it, tasteful than that. Well, at least Alien Isolation, you have to think about your next move and not just mindlessly gun people down. Because aggressive action is severely punished in that one. Then there's the Thief games, where it's not just unwise, it's suicidal. Yes, I find it more entertaining to, well, not go for the obvious option. In fact, in Dishonored, there was an option to be a complete homicidal maniac. But I didn't. Because that's not who I am. That, and I was thinking it's from my character's perspective. The character in game, I mean. Where it's not just him that he has to think of. He has to think of who he has left. A reminder that he has something to lose. And it's also why I didn't kill the guards. Because they had no knowledge of what was happening, and so must be dealt accordingly. With non-lethal force. What? Just because I have an option to be something akin to the Joker doesn't mean that I should. Well, that was surprising, wasn't it? Well, not entirely, because there is a case of having standards. Without them, what do you have? Yeah. Struggling to find something to talk about. This is why I don't do live streams. Because I'm terrible when going live. Struggles to keep talking, while others have trouble shutting up. Another reason why I'd make a terrible politician. Because I can't talk garbage for hours on end. Ah, redstone and... oh no, silverfish. Yes, feast on swords, sucker! What are you doing there? And why did I just sound like that? Ah, more of you! Right. Any more of you? Well, come on out and I'll slice you to death as well. Yes, all that redstone, all that experience. I best not die before I can use it. Difference between a group of politicians and a sack of potatoes. A sack of potatoes contains something that doesn't talk at all, and is altogether more useful. Certainly in a survival situation. I mean, for starts, it's far easier, emotionally anyway, to cook potatoes than people. Even though there could be worse things than cannibalism. Which is an action reserved for only the truly desperate, when no other food source is around. With the possible exception of airline food. Not that satisfying, is it? Unless, of course, you have simple tastes. In which case, tuck in. And spare it for the rest of us. Hard to know who's less human. All those faceless politicians, or me. I know, hard to tell, isn't it? Well, one difference is, even if I wanted to be, I'm not a very good liar. And I can actually give a straight answer. Well, more often, anyway. That, and I can also keep my mouth shut when I'm thinking of something more unflattering, to put it mildly. There aren't many I can say that about. Yeah, there seems to be always one fool. One person with nothing better to do than cause trouble. And it's even worse when that person is the one in charge. Because it means there are shaved monkeys running the whole zoo. Throwing their bodily waste at everyone. Yeah, how bad a leader do you have to be when you can't even get the basics right? I mean, Captain Bligh, he was so unpopular leader that even fear of brutal punishments wasn't enough. It's caused what was known as the Mutiny and the Bounty. Yes, ironically, his hard-handed approach was what got him to a friendly port alive. Well, him and those who supported him. Not that many. Which is why, if someone lasts until next November, it'll be a miracle for him. the other hand, it will say that divine intervention is on strike. It's one reason why, when it comes to what I usually refer to as the Festival of Lies, because it's a contest on who can come up with the most convincing lie, a common tool for those who govern. I believe that whichever of them wins, all those who voted will lose. Because all they care about is getting the votes. After that, they can really care less what others think of them. They got what they wanted, that's all that mattered. As far as they can be concerned, they know where they can go. Somewhere sung by AC/DC. More specifically, what they should travel on. Two. Sad, isn't it? Oh, and if you think that dirty politics is something new, wrong. It's been there since the beginning. Along with vote rigging. Yeah, all the way to ancient Greece, where it all started. Yeah. I can see why Winston Churchill once said, "The greatest argument against democracy is the 5 minutes of conversation with an average voter." Partly because some are easily manipulated into doing what they want. It's actually quite disgusting, thinking of it that way. As if the average voter that Winston Churchill spoke of was actually just a sheep being led around until eventually they become dog meat and other things. Not sure if it was that caused him to get voted out after World War II. Or if it was because they preferred someone else for peacetime governments. You know what, I think really should look that up. When you're in Britain, Here's some advice. Unless you want a fierce argument, do not talk about immigration. It's a sensitive topic. And quite divisive. Yeah, that's the right word. Divisive. And it's nothing new. It's been like that since the Victorian era. Yeah, there's a sensitive subject in a lot of countries that you look at. Let's see. China has a pro-democracy protest gone wrong. Germany has that. Well, it's something that's well known and will outlast anything physical that he had set up. A town in the country of Georgia, well, someone who is well loved there is practically demonized everywhere else. And for good reason.